case, and we're ready to start programming our application. And I want to start with the front end because that's the easiest. Basically, the front end is going to have just one controller, and that's going to be the articles controller, and that's going to be also the default controller. So the first thing I want to do is set that as the default. So I'm going to go to config and routes, and then set the default controller to articles. Alright, save that. Now the front end and the admin side are both going to use the same models. Okay, so we're going to have one article model, and we can use that with both the front and the back end. So let's go ahead and create our controller. And I'm going to create a folder here called admin because I want to separate our admin controllers from the front end. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this welcome and create a new file called articles.php. Okay, let's open that up, and we want to define a class called articles, and we want to extend. Now we're going to do something a little different. I can't remember if we did it in the last one, but we're going to create a custom base controller. Alright, and it's going to be called my_controller. Alright, so we're going to extend that from now on instead of the default CI. Alright, and it's just because I want to do some things in the base controller. That way we can use those throughout the entire application. Alright, now in order to use this, we need to create it. So we need to go to the core folder, and we want to create a new file called my_controller.php. Alright, and basically this is a global controller, so we want to say class my_controller, and it has to be named this my_, unless you want to change it in the configuration. I believe it's in the config.php file. You can actually change this to what you want. Maybe admin controller, something like that, but we're just going to keep the my. And we want to make sure that we extend CI controller, which is the core controller for CodeIgniter. Alright, and we want to create a constructor. Okay, and you're going to make sure that we call the parent. So parent construct. Alright, and the main reason that I'm creating this is because I want our settings to be available from everywhere, and we're going to add that code later on. Alright, so I'm going to save that and close it for now. Okay, now this should now work. Let's create an index function. And I just want to echo out test. We made equals the default control. What's this? Expecting on line 2. Class articles extends. This should be an S here. My controller. Alright, so that's good. That means that our default controller is connected. Okay, now for the index, we want to go ahead and fetch the articles. So let's say get articles, and remember, when you pass data into a view, it needs to be in an array. So we're going to create a data array value, call it articles, and we're going to set that to this article model get underscore articles. Okay, now we have to create this this model function. It's not like Cake PHP where we can say just find. And that's one of the things that makes Cake PHP easier to work with. So let's go ahead and go to the model. We need to go to models and then the article model, and then we're going to create a class, a function